Hello. Tuesday, February 20th. It is now 11:30. At a quarter till 11, I started the first video. Because I know that I have not been on here in a while doing a makeup video. Y'all, I can't even talk straight today. It's all good. And three's a charm. So this is the third time I am trying to do a video today. First time I got halfway through it and thought I was going to show you Ajax. He's sitting here, or was sitting there in his chair looking out the window at the birds on the bird feeder. So Dodo Bird Me picks up my phone while it's still on the base, the phone holder here, and turned it around. As soon as I did, it went plop. I was halfway through my makeup. And because the phone fell, well, it turned the video off. So, okay, all right, let's try again. Video number 2. I pick back up, and I'm 3/4 of the way with the makeup, and Elvis calls. Elvis isn't here right now. He's doing a little something down the road. And he calls and he tells me something that he could have waited to tell me when he got home. It wasn't anything important, bless his little heart. I still love him. I'm like, okay, am I not supposed to be making videos or what? So that's why I say three's a charm. Here we go again. And I will kind of start off telling you, share with you the makeup that I put on, because that's what I did starting off the first video. I thought, I'm going to do this a little different this time. I've seen some of the other ladies, and this is how they do theirs. They go ahead and they show what the products are, and then they start applying it. So some of y'all have been asking, what is my face routine? What do I do? Well, I do not wash my makeup off. This makeup will be on my face until tomorrow when I go and shower again. Some of y'all don't care for that, but I've been doing this ever since I was a teenager when I first started wearing makeup. So tomorrow when I go to take this makeup off my face, I will be using coconut oil, solid coconut oil. I'm about to have to go to Sam's and get me some more, because I don't just use this on my face to take makeup off. I use it on my nasty feet, the crunchy, peely, flaky feet. And that's something that came with age. I used to have baby butt soft feet, but once I hit the 50-year-old mark, it went downhill. So I am not a particular brand stuff when it comes to face cream. When I get out of the shower, I get my cream, and I don't care whether it says eye cream, neck cream, whatever kind of cream it is, I apply it. Well, this is eye cream. Don't know if y'all have ever heard of it before or not. I think I got this from the Amazon place. More than likely it came from the Amazon place, return place. But for the most part, before I found the Amazon place, usually I get my stuff from TJ Maxx or Ross. So that's what I put on my face. When I go and do my hair, I'll put 2 or 3 drops of, probably 2 drops, 2 good drops of this stuff right here in my palm, rub it all over my hair, brush it out, and go from there. The makeup that I just used this morning, Catherine just got a notification. Catherine telling me she's in Virginia from seeing the video the other day. So I just got that notification, Catherine. And really, I was thinking Catherine was somewhere else and not in Virginia. But anyways, okay. Sidetrack, sorry. But the foundation that I used last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, I can't keep up with the days, as that was proof. I started off saying it's January, it's February. But whenever I had several bottles of foundation, and I just emptied them all in one thing. So this is not just Milani, it has other stuff in it as well. That's what I have on my face right now. I also use concealer. I put concealer under my eye and right there because we're at that, or I'm at that time of season where I'm blowing my nose. And I'm constantly wiping the makeup off right there. So Rose gave me this hack last year and she said, put concealer down there, powder it in real good, and that should take care of the chocolate milk stash that you usually have going on throughout the day. Thank you again, Rose. I used the primer and this stuff right here, L'Oreal, for this. I used Revlon Go Fierce for the waterline. I have no eyeliner on top or bottom. I haven't been putting eyeliner on top or bottom for the past month. Maybe once or twice, but for the most part, I don't. Saves on eyeliner. And it makes your lashes look longer when you don't use it. Lips, I got this on, and I have this over it, Too Faced. I got this at a yard sale a couple of weeks ago. There were 4 of these little Too Faced things in there at a yard sale. They've never been used. Don't freak out. There were 4 in a pack for $1. You can't beat that. The blush. Now, y'all know I am not a high-end mama. I'm not. My daughters are. So, occasionally, I get their leftovers. And occasionally, I will even go just try their high-end stuff just for the heck of it. So, I did that this morning with the eyeshadows. And a couple of months ago, don't think I'm a hypocrite, I said I will never use those bright neon colors. Well, I used a red. I have red on, so I'm still the person. I still like matching my colors. If I'm wearing this color, well, I'm going to put it on up here. I don't think I've ever worn red. Y'all, this was so red. Can you see? It tinted my brush. I can't hardly get it off there, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying. This was a palette. I don't even know who this person is, never heard of it, but this is a palette that my daughter had. Would you please move Ajax? Down you go. Scat. And if anybody on here says I'm an animal abuser because I just now dropped my little kitten on the floor, kiss my grits and go somewhere else. I am in one of those moods, folks. That's the palette I just used. And yes, y'all, I used that. Yeah. And I used a couple others, and it was too red, and I had to work it. I worked it. So that's the eyeshadow. And this was another one of those little high-end boogers that I would never pay a cent for unless it was at Amazon clearance and I could get it for $1. But I did use it. And it has all that jazz right there. And I think it was this one right here that I used for this and this. That's the makeup today, folks. So, and if I didn't tell you, I used the CoverGirl powder. And there's that. So I have been seeing everybody's comments, and like I keep on saying, if I don't comment back, I always at least like to acknowledge that I have seen your comments, that I do enjoy y'all. I do enjoy them. Okay, let's see if I can twist it without knocking it down. This little kitten gets on everything. I know, that's the downside about having a cat in the house. They get on everything. Ajax, go find somewhere else to play. Go look at your birds. Oh no. And I gave him the blush because it's round and it rolls. Excuse me. The baby's got blush. I forgot. I put that on too, if I didn't already tell y'all. And he's kicked it around all over the floor and kicked the top off. Okay. There's that. And I had the baby has blush on there too. Well, he chipped it up a little bit, but it's a toy to him. So there's that. Okay, he just sidetracked me and I don't even know where I was going. Give me a drink of tea, and I promise it's tea. Sweet tea, and it's my last cup of tea, which means I have to make more tea today. Yeah. So, sharing. I'm still sharing. I was talking about, I try to acknowledge everybody when they comment, because I do enjoy hearing from you all. I really, really do. And there has been a couple. Do you know? Okay, he just jumped off the back of the chair. He climbed up on the back of the chair right here and jumped off. Commenting on your comments. So yes, and I did put the post out there the other day because just curious. Some of y'all, I do wonder where everybody's from. You all know I'm from Alabama. And if I didn't have to tell you, you know I'm at least from the South, from the Southern accent I have. But I don't hear that accent, but yeah, I guess y'all hear that accent. Because I have other friends that have far more of Southern accent than I do. But anyway, that's beside the point. What else were we talking about here? And okay, I did have a little note. I wrote notes down here because there were a couple of things that I wanted to say while I'm here for today. One reason I wanted to do this video today is because when I was doing my reading, this thing's about to give me a headache. I got to take it down. And I'll probably go ahead and put this stuff on my hair too. Yep, see that? A lot of gray coming out. One of the reasons I want to do a video today was from the Bible verse that I had for my reading this morning, and it came from Hebrews 13 and the verse 16. But to do good, and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased. So I think it's the devil that's trying to stop me from doing these videos. Like I said, this is the third one I've tried to do today. Because he doesn't want me sharing God's word. That's another reason because I'm a little ticked right now. It's like every time I try to get on here and do a video, somehow or another, there's some kind of interference. The devil it is. So let me read God's word one more time. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased. Okay. This looks like more, but it's coming out slow. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But all in all, this is about a dime size that I have to use on my hair because, like I said, it's long. You just rub it in real good, and I just start up here. And if I don't feel like, and mainly down on the ends, because that's the driest part of my hair. Sharing God's word. Yep. Like I said, we had a really good sermon for church this past Sunday. And I think the title of the sermon was called, I don't know if I can say this right, intercessory prayer. And I think the gist of it was that we should pray for one another. That was part. See, I've already had the towel up there so long it's wanting to go wonky up there, but my whole hair is wonky right now. But yeah, pray for each other. And be specific. Be specific about those to whom you pray for, like your sister-in-law. Bring her name to the throne of grace. You know, if your sister-in-law is Pam, say Pam. If your sister-in-law is, or sister Betty, my sister Betty, or my friend Tara, or my cousin Angie, or whoever, bring the name to the throne of grace. Be specific. So I know a lot of times in my own personal prayers, I don't bring specific names. There. I hope I'm making sense to y'all. I'm not trying to preach. I'm just trying to share. So yeah. And, you know, we all, now I'm going to go on another. I'm looking for that little kitty cat. Where did he go? Because I know he's into something. I don't see him. He'll come scampering across the floor here in a minute. Anxiety. We all deal with anxiety. Whether we admit it or whether we keep it to ourselves, we all deal with anxiety. So this is something I want to share with y'all, and I hope you look the sermon up. Okay, I don't know if anyone here has ever heard of R.C. Sproul. S-P-R-O-U-L. He was, unfortunately, a wonderful preacher, and he has loads and loads of videos out here on YouTube. But I just was kind of dealing with a little bit of anxiety the other day, so I went on YouTube and I typed in sermons concerning anxiety, and the first one that popped up was R.C. Sproul's sermon, and the title of it is The End of Anxiety, Luke 12, from verses 22 to 34, and it was a wonderful sermon. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? I know I had a pen up here a minute ago. If you get a chance and you're dealing with anxiety, look it up and listen to it, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna write this name in large letters, because you might not have understood what I just said. I'm gonna turn it around here, and I'm gonna hold it here for just a second so you can look him up if you care to. I would encourage you to. Now in the smaller, okay, I'm holding it there for just a second so you can see it. You could even screenshot it right now if you wanted to, and then go and look it up. It's a wonderful sermon. It brought me comfort. Okay? But we're all dealing with things. You know, my preacher Sunday, you know, gave kind of like an invitation call. He says, I want anybody who's dealing with something and has been dealing with something to come down, let me talk to you about it. He says, I don't mean to come on down and just throw your dirty laundry out there. He says, no, just come down, let me pray for you. And only a few people went down, and he says, I know there's a lot more here than what came down to the altar. He says, I know everybody out there is dealing with something. And yeah, we're all dealing with something. We all got our individual problems we deal with day in and day out. Now, I am on Facebook, and I do see some quotes or some little sayings sometimes that hits home. And I went back and I copied three of them, and I'm just going to read some of the things that I saw on Facebook this past week that I also shared. And it hit home. Like, this one particularly is talking about people that you love, and these people that you love are going through stuff, and you want so badly to help them, but sometimes they don't want that help. Well, here was one of those things. It says, you can't heal people you love. You can't make choices for them. You can't rescue them. You can promise that they won't journey alone. You can loan them your map, but this trip is theirs. And I'm like, yep. You know, you say, hey, I got the solution right here. If you just listen, I can help you out. But sometimes experience is the best teacher. And then the other one I saw, it says, don't quit. Don't quit. Somebody is praying for you, and you will make it, and you will make it through this. God is on your side. I thought that was a good one too. That was a real good one. And here's another reason that I wanted to do a video today, is because when I saw this little post, and it says, imagine in heaven one day, some person walks up to you and says, I'm here because you weren't ashamed and told me about Jesus. Thank you. And the first thought that went through my mind was, well, I hope it's not just one person. I hope there's a lot more people. And if it's you I'm talking to, I hope it's more than one person. You know, 58 years and you've only got one person coming to you, or I would like to not think 58 years, but you know, a couple more years down the road when I make it there, and I hope it's not just one person that comes up to me and says thank you because you weren't ashamed. You told me about Jesus. So yeah, you know, I grew up in the 80s, and in the 80s we watched soap operas. Well, I guess today is YouTube is our new soap opera. And I see, you know, Judy gets on there almost every day doing her makeup, talking about her life. Rose does a good bit doing the same thing. And that's pretty much kind of how I started off doing this. You know, doing makeup and throwing in little things about my daily routine and whatnot. And I guess for a lot of you ladies out there, I guess y'all get accustomed. You know, when I got home from school, first thing I want to do was go catch up and see what happened on General Hospital, or watch the tail end of General Hospital. That was my soap opera back then. But so yeah, I don't, you know, we're all, for the majority, there may be some 40-year-olds still here. I think NASCAR may be in her 40s still, but, and maybe a few others still here in their 40s, but for the most, we're like 50 and above here. And we grew up with the saying, and it mainly came from our parents, from most of our parents. If you start it, you finish it. If you're going to start something, you finish it. Well, I guess it's kind of like this YouTube channel. I started it. May as well finish it, because if there's people out there, you ladies, that are enjoying it, I don't want to let you down, and I want to keep doing it. But again, like I said in time past, there are times when there's other things I have to take care of before I can do these videos. And I'm sure y'all understand. Okay. Oh, so, is that all that I was going to share? I'm thinking that was about it. You know, I can never share enough of this right here, ever. I can never, ever share enough of that. Because in these days we're living, when you got kids that don't know if they're boy or girl, and you got kids out there that's claiming they're cats and dogs and elephants and whatever else, we are living in a messed up world. And we need as much as this as we can get, so we don't fall into the meow, meow, where's my litter box? You know? So, I'm sorry, Ajax. Ajax is looking at me like, did you just finally lose that last screw? Yeah, so, yeah, keep praying, and I'll just be honest right here, right now. You know, I don't care whether you have one kid or 12 kids, and I've said this before too. I don't care how many kids you have, or even if you don't have one kid. We are going to have our trials. We are going to have our tribulations, and they're going to come in forms anywhere from A to Z. With children, without children, with a spouse, without a spouse, with a significant other, without a significant other. That's that's another one of God's promises. He told us, he says, in this life ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. And he says, and we must, through many tribulations, go through before we enter his presence. For that's one thing we're assured of. But you know what? It's all good. We're going to make it. We will make it because God's for it. If God be for us, who can be against us? So I'm going to pop off here before this day gets away. I started this an hour ago. This is the third video. I've had no interruptions. I did have a friend try to call me, so I'm going to have to go and catch up there. But I'm going to try to get this posted. And I would love to hear back from y'all. And I hope it didn't sound just rude or whatever. I'm just being me. You're either going to like me or not like me. Or you're either going to love me or you're going to hate me. But I'm not going to change for anyone. I'm who I am because God has made me who I am. And I would love to hear back from y'all. And I've never done this before, but I'm going to do it now. I am on Facebook, and my last name is Madden. And if you want to look me up, look me up. I still have the option of accepting or rejecting. Because if this gets into ears that I care not for it to, I still have that will not accept. So, but if you'd like to find me there, you can find me there too. Now I'm going to go on and get on with this day and see what I can get done before it's time to start on my supper, which will be French toast and bacon. Yes, because Elvis has a Bible study across the street tonight, and they do supper over there every Tuesday night. So Tuesday nights, I don't have to cook if I don't want to. But I do have my 17-year-old that he's going to need something to eat, and I'm sure he's not going to turn down French toast and bacon. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I did. Now I'm going to go and possibly get my ironing board out of my living room in there that's been up since Saturday. This is Tuesday. And see what else I can get accomplished. Okay, y'all. Take care and always remember, God's good. God is good and he's there for you just like he is for me.